Hey, it's Izzy and I'm back. So it's been a hot minute or two. A long time. It's been a long time. Life, man. Life. And really, I just didn't even know what to film for a period there because I was feeling super uninspired and I just didn't really want to. And then I made videos and I hated them, so I didn't put them up. And in all honesty, I think it's better that way, that I wasn't putting out content that I hated, and now I can come back and feel like I like what I'm actually putting out. Also, I quit an old job and got a new job. Adele released a new song, Justin Bieber's nudes leaked, and Donald Trump, still a thing, apparently. So now that we're all caught up, we're all here now to listen to a story because I just felt like sitting down and talking, and I love Storytime videos. They're some of my favorite videos to watch. This story is going to be one of the only rebellious things I have ever done as a teenager. I threw a party when my parents weren't home and invited everybody, and it was just like not a great decision, to be honest. I was feeling rebellious. My parents were going out of town. This was around just over a year ago now. So I was in my last year of school. I was seeing this guy and he liked a good party. As did I. They were fun to go to. But anyways, they were leaving and my mom was like, don't throw any parties now. I know you're throwing a party. Practically meant the opposite thing. I think she actually winked at me. She knew I was going to have a party, but you know, it was the classic, they drove down the driveway, friends drove down the driveway probably a good minute and a half later. As it does, the news traveled throughout my high school. There seemed to be a very good long list of people who were coming to this party at my place that night. We were here and we were kind of getting ready, we were moving things around, like getting the breakables out of the way and things like that. And then, probably like 15 minutes before people were supposed to start arriving, somebody's mum called me and said, hey Izzy, does your mum know that you're having this party tonight? Me, being the awesome liar that I am, said, no, she doesn't. No. And this woman was friends with my mum, and she said, okay, well I know that because I've already told her that you're having this party. I already asked if it was okay if my daughter came to this party. She already knows, so sorry about that. So basically before the party even started, my parents had found out. It was like 7:30 and I think 2 guys rocked up and we were just kind of sitting around awkwardly. My speakers were broken, so we were sitting in silence. They were drinking beers and I was just kind of having an anxiety attack because I realized what I had gotten myself into. And then just this flood of people walked through the door, like people that I have never seen before, and they brought all the alcohol. There was alcohol everywhere and they started cranking really, really loud music. I was not drinking very much because I was freaking out, walking around asking everybody if they were having a good time, just having the absolute worst time as the hostess. The party started to get a little bit rowdier than expected. We have this balcony and it's like quite a steep drop off the edge, and then underneath that we have a trampoline, and people began lining up with an exercise ball, like one of those giant blow-up exercise balls, and launching themselves off the veranda onto the trampoline and then like bounced off onto the grass. And it's like a solid drop. Some girls got a hold of a pair of scissors and started cutting each other's hair. There was some very bad hairstyles going on that night. And then in the middle of all of this, my friends didn't like this guy that I was seeing and he didn't like them, and there was kind of this rift between them. And so they were having this little argument out the front, and then it turned into a bigger argument, and then I had to try and break it up. And then I saw people starting to launch themselves off the balcony again with this exercise ball, just waiting for somebody to break their leg so that we would have to call the ambulance and I would have to be responsible for all of that. So I started herding out drunk people from, like, they were in my parents' room, they were in my room, they were all over the house, they were outside and they were like watching TV, they were eating our food. We got noise complaints from the next door neighbors. Of course, they threatened to call the police. of course, the biggest mess ever of my house. Things were turned upside down. We got another noise complaint and I decided that I had to start herding people out of my house. I immediately went to bed and decided I would deal with it in the morning. We got up, it was so much worse than I remembered it when I went to bed that night. But I thought that I had gotten everything before my parents had gotten home. I walked through the door, everything looks great, but somebody has taken a bite out of every single piece of fruit in the fruit bowl and then just put it back, but arranged it so that you would never know that there were bites taken out of this fruit. Raw sweet potatoes, onions, limes, with just these huge chunks taken out of them. And that was all that was left of the party. Moral of the story, do not throw parties when your parents don't know you're throwing parties, because they will know and it won't turn out how you think it will. And I hope you guys enjoyed my little story. Let me know what rebellious things you have done in your life. I would love to know, so it would make me feel better. Love you all so very much and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!